Good day, St. Martin. I'm Ulster Lawrence.
And I'm Jasenia Lassero. Welcome to NEWSDESK, your source for the latest news and updates around the island. We've got a lot to cover tonight, from post-Ernesto updates to new developments and more regional events.
That's right, Jasenia. Let's dive right into our headlines.
Businesses and government offices in St. Martin are back to normal operations today, following the passage of Tropical Storm Ernesto. Prime Minister Mr. Luke Marcelina addressed the nation last night, confirming that the storm caused minimal damage to critical infrastructure. The Princess Juliana International Airport resumes operations at 7 a.m. this morning, but travelers are advised to check with their airlines for updated departure information. The Ministry of Romi reported that while most of the road network is clear, motorists should still exercise cautions, especially in the low-lying areas where some flooding persists. Schools, however, remain closed today. The Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports has announced that the new school year will officially start tomorrow, August 15th, following the thorough safety assessment and cleanup efforts that took place today. Minister Linden thanked school administrators, teachers, parents, and all of the first responders for their cooperation during this time. Let's go to our correspondent for an update on the cleanup efforts.
Thank you so much, Jasenia. Of course, it's all about what's happening with the passing of Tropical Storm Ernesto. As much as persons thought that it was a hurricane, it was not a hurricane. It was a tropical storm with some heavy winds. Of course, late on Wednesday, well, early Tuesday, late Wednesday, they had the moving of the storm that moved away from our area, leaving some damage to the island. We are here at the marketplace, and I should say that this is would be something of the past, as the marketplace will be moving to another temporary location. It's going to be at the old government administration building lot. A pavilion tent will be erected there for all the market vendors, as the reconstruction of the marketplace will be taking place. This is something that has been in the works for quite some time, and finally, due to the storm also, works have to be expedited in order to, one, have a location for the market vendors who work very hard on a daily basis, and of course, also provide the contractors to start to work on the new marketplace. There are several designs, several type of projects of how it will look once finished. But as far as logistics is concerned, the government plans to make some type of announcement very soon where that is concerned. Also, the Romi department have been doing different type of cleanup throughout the day. On Wednesday, it was a normal day on Wednesday, as persons were asked to report back to work, and persons are asked to, resume regular business hours. While there are debris still around the island, however, it's not to an extent whereby, the entire island would have to be put on a stop. Ernesto is gone. Of course, the hurricane season continues, and everybody's asked to stay cautious, as the Prime Minister mentioned yesterday in his address. Reporter for NEWSDESK, I'm Andrew Dick.
The Port St. Martin Group has conducted preliminary checks on port facilities following the passage of Tropical Storm Ernesto. While no significant damage was reported, there was some minor cosmetic damage which will be addressed in the coming days. Vessel berthing operations at the Dr. A.C. Watty Cruise and Cargo Facility are expected to resume as soon as the sea conditions stabilize. The port's home porting facility, which sustained some damage, will be ready for the upcoming 2024-2025 cruise season. Port St. Martin Group had activated its hurricane plan on Monday, suspending all vessel berthing operations to ensure the safety of the port's infrastructure, crew, and workers. The port was closed yesterday, but is now preparing to welcome back cargo and cruise vessels as conditions improve.
In a story of courage and quick thinking, Port St. Martin's crew, led by Captain Randall Halley, executed a successful rescue mission yesterday during the height of the tropical storm Ernesto. A ship had run aground on a sandbank in Great Bay due to the intense winds and waves. The crew members were safely rescued thanks to the heroic efforts of the port's team. One of the rescue crew mentioned that events such as this highlights the port's commitment to the SOLAS principle, safety of life at sea.
St. Martin has taken a major leap forward in stabilizing its national energy capacity. On August 13th, NVGB officially commissioned the new 10-megawatt containerized generators at the mini plant in KBE. This crucial addition to our power grid is expected to significantly reduce load shedding across the island. Despite the challenges posed by Tropical Storm Ernesto, the dedicated team at NVGB remained focused on completing this project. According to temporary manager Troy Washington, the installation of these generators represents a huge win for the community, bringing enhanced reliability and efficiency to our power supply. NVGB's distribution manager Patrick Dravers also praised the united effort and collaboration that made this achievement possible. As we move forward, the hope is that this step will lead to a more stable and sustainable energy future for St. Martin.
In an effort to stabilize operations at NVGEBE, the Supervisory Board of Directors has officially submitted the names of 3 candidates to fill the long vacant management positions. The board members, including Denisio Bosman, Dennis Richardson, Emmanuel Brooks, and Charlesworth Sydney, have taken the step following mounting pressure to finalize the selection process that has been ongoing for over 2 years. The candidates recommended for the top management roles are as follows. Troy Washington, for the position of Chief Executive Officer, CEO, Washington is currently serving as a temporary manager at GEBE. Wilco Sinin, for the role of Chief Financial Officer, CFO. Sinin, a Dutch national, is currently employed at Gippsland Water in Australia. Devon Denbrook as Chief Operations Officer, COO. Denbrook previously served as a temporary manager at GEBE in February 2021. This announcement comes just days after Prime Minister Dr. Luke Marcelina indicated the plans to appoint temporary managers at GBE this week. However, this move has sparked some controversy, as it may conflict with Article 7, subsection 4 of GBE's Article of Incorporation. The community now awaits further developments as these appointments aim to address ongoing challenges faced by the utility company.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed any moment can be a KFC moment.
For election 2024, each eligible voter who was registered at the Civil Registry previously and up to the date of June 3, 2024 should receive their voting card at least 8 days prior to the upcoming parliamentary election to be held on August 19, 2024. The Postal Services of St. Martin will make sure you receive your voting card on time. Please check your mailbox, and if by August 9, 2024 you did not receive your voting card, the Civil Registry will accommodate extra days for you to collect your voting card at the office on the following days and time: August 14th, 15th, and 16th, 2024. Eligible voters can pick up their voting cards from 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eligible voters are encouraged to make use of this opportunity to collect their voting cards at the Civil Registry Department at the Government Building. Proper identification is required. Remember, your right to vote is also your responsibility. This message has been brought to you by the Civil Registry Department.
The police force of St. Martin is urgently seeking the public's help in locating Mr. Philip Kennedy Clark, an 81-year-old resident of Davis Drive, number 7. Mr. Clark was reported missing on August 12, 2024, after last being seen on August 10, 2024, around 9 a.m. in the Middle Region area. Mr. Clark suffers from a medical condition that has raised significant concerns for his safety and well-being. His family is deeply worried and is appealing to anyone who may have information regarding his whereabouts to come forward. If you have any information or may have seen Mr. Clark, please contact the St. Martin Police immediately at 1-721-542-2222. You can also reach out directly to his daughter at 721-586-8852. The St. Martin Police Force and Mr. Clark's family greatly appreciate any assistance that the public can provide in this urgent matter. Your cooperation is vital in helping to ensure Mr. Clark's safety return.
Minister of Health, Labor and Social Affairs, Veronica Janssen-Webster, the Honorable, recently met with Dr. Holliday and his team to discuss their findings from the recent visit to medical facilities in Colombia. The focus of the meeting was on enhancing patient health care through improved communication between medical specialists in St. Martin and their counterparts in Cali. Attention was also given to looking at ways how together medical referrals will be executed more cost effectively. The discussions were highly informative, with Dr. Holliday sharing updates on the progress of the new hospital in St. Martin. Minister Janssen-Webster was particularly impressed with the smooth transition and advancements made in the construction and planning phases of the new facility. This meeting marked a crucial step in the minister's commitment to improving healthcare services for the people of St. Martin, ensuring that the insights gained from international visits are effectively applied to enhance local healthcare delivery.
At a recent pre-election forum, Dr. Gail Rigoberg, Dean of Academic Affairs at the University of St. Martin, USM, made a passionate plea for political support to advance the university's future. Addressing candidates for the upcoming parliamentary elections, Dr. Rigoberg stressed that USM cannot continue to be held hostage by its past. The event saw limited attendance, with most candidates from the Party for Progress (PFP) and the Swaliga Action Movement (SAM) showing up. Despite the modest turnout, the forum featured robust discussions on USM's role in St. Martin's socio-economic development and urged the need of legislative support, especially with the long-awaited law on higher education still pending. Dr. Rigobert's message was clear. For USM to thrive, the island's leaders must prioritize its needs to work towards a sustainable future for higher education on St. Martin.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and
But, Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. TLM has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey, Tash, you have tell him new postpaid plans?
St. Martin, as heavy rain falls across our region, we urge all residents and visitors to exercise caution and stay alert. Here are the areas prone to street flooding, flash floods, and/or rock slides. Avoid these locations until water levels subside. Atillage Road Roundabout, Cul-de-Sac. Arch Road, Sucker Garden. Beacon Hill Road, Simpson Bay. Atillage Road, Border Monument, Belvedere, Lower Princess Quarter. Billy Folly Road, Coal Bay. Emma Plain, Phillipsburg. LB Scott Road, Cul-de-sac, Rhine Road, Lowlands, Welhelican Road, Low K Roundabout, Cahill, Little Bay, Well Road, Wellington Road, and Orange Grove Road, Coal Bay, Yancho Rousquin Boulevard, Point Blanche, and Sakersgut Road, Cul-de-sac. Remember, safety comes first. Let's work together to keep our community safe. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Communication.
In a coverage reported by CNN this morning, Tropical Storm Ernesto intensified to a Category 1 hurricane just north of Puerto Rico, bringing heavy rainfall, powerful winds, and widespread power outages across the region. As of 11 a.m. Eastern, the National Hurricane Center reported Ernesto's maximum sustained winds at 75 miles per hour. The storm center is currently about 175 miles northwest of San Juan, Puerto Rico, after skirting past the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico overnight. The strong winds of Ernesto are not just confined to its center. Gusts exceeding 74 miles per hour, hurricane strength, have been felt in both Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands since before the storm was officially declared a hurricane. These powerful gusts have caused significant disruption, leaving more than 600,000 customers in Puerto Rico, nearly half of the island, without power, according to LUMA Energy, Luma. In just a few short hours this morning, the number of outages doubled. Over in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the situation is even more dire, with nearly 46,000 customers, about 92% of the island's tracked customers, experiencing power outages, as reported by poweroutage.us. Rainfall has also been relentless, with nearly half a foot already drenching parts of Puerto Rico. The storm's trailing bands continue to unleash heavy rain, leading to flash flooding, particularly in the eastern and southern regions of Puerto Rico, as well as in the Virgin Islands. Flash flood warnings are currently in effect for St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John, along with eastern and southern Puerto Rico, including the islands of Vieques and Culebra. Ernesto is expected to move into the open Atlantic later today, where it's forecasted to strengthen further, potentially becoming a major hurricane. However, its effects will still be felt in the Caribbean throughout the day. Along Puerto Rico's eastern coastline, storm surges could push water levels up to by as much as 3 feet. Additionally, life-threatening swells and riptides pose serious dangers to anyone near or in the water. In preparation for the storm, Puerto Rico's governor, Pedro Pierluisi, has mobilized the National Guard and urged residents to shelter in places. Public schools across the islands are closed, and nearly 80 shelters have been opened to accommodate those in need. Authorities have also warned residents to brace for widespread power outages, as the island's electrical grid remains fragile and is still undergoing repairs after the devastation caused by Hurricane Maria in 2017. Now, let's take a look at our local weather report.
Moisture and instability associated with Tropical Storm Ernesto may cause isolated showers across the local area. Additionally, strong winds will maintain above normal seas. However, conditions are expected to gradually improve as Ernesto moves further away. Seas are expected to peak near 9 feet, then gradually subside. Small craft operators and swimmers are advised to exercise extreme caution.
Now let's take a look at our tropical weather update by Mr. Brian Shields.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. First off, I want to mention we are all thinking of you in this weather community. If you're dealing with the impacts of Ernesto, some of the scenes coming out, small islands, bigger islands, we've seen some damage, lots of power outages, and the flooding ongoing. Know that we are thinking of you. You can find some of that love in the comments. Here is Ernesto. It is going to get a lot stronger. Winds are eventually going to get up. Not right now, but as we go over the next just couple days, 120 miles per hour up to about 130 miles per hour. This is going to be a major hurricane, and it does have bigger implications down the road for Bermuda and potentially even parts of eastern Canada. So I want to look ahead to that. Now, first thing is first, what's going on now, still these rain bands moving in. The center of it is with this blob up here, right? The center has moved off about 120 miles to the north now of Puerto Rico, but those rain bands, the tail of this, continues to filter in some heavy weather at times. So it's still ongoing. Almost all of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands under a flood warning because of the tail action of this. As this lifts to the north, it just feeds off of that moisture in the Caribbean and filters in even more rain. So we're going to continue to see that. It did stay right on track. I wish it weakened. It didn't, of course, but it did stay on track. And thank you for taking the time to prepare over the last few days and heeding the advice. So thank you for your trust. Now, going forward, I'm going to show you this as it moves up toward Bermuda. It is going to be a major hurricane. And in this area here, not seeing signs of development, but this will bump up our rain chance a little bit. The models sometimes don't even pick up on it, but know that I'm watching that. No crazy signs of development out of that. And then we'll keep an eye on this next area that comes off this.
Now shifting gears to education and opportunities for our youth. The Joint Court of Justice, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, St. Martin, St. Eustatius, and Saba is once again hosting its prestigious Caribbean Summer Court. This short but intensive internship is designed for university law students with exceptional academic performance who have spent part of their childhood in the Caribbean. This year, 3 talented students were selected. Aline Abdul from the University of Curacao, Jarelix Chirino from Tilburg University, and Dayan Doran from Leiden University. On August 12th, their internships kicked off with an official swearing in as clerks by Vice President Marushka Skolta. During this internship, these students will gain invaluable experience across the civil law, criminal law, and administrative law departments. Upon completion, they will receive a certificate of participation, marking a significant milestone in their legal careers.
Motorworld has partnered with SJIS to donate school uniforms to foster care families under their guidance. This generous donation addresses a significant need for families who struggle to afford school attire, ensuring that students in foster care can start the school year on equal footing with their peers. Meredith Concepcion, foster care and project coordinator at SJIS, expressed gratitude to Motorworld for their quick response, stating that the donation has made a real difference for these families. The uniforms covering a range of schools, including Orania School and Milton Peters College, were distributed just in time for the new school year. Tariq Amjad, managing director of Motorworld, emphasized the company's commitment to giving back to the community, particularly in supporting the education and well-being of young people on the island.
Thank you for joining us today on NewsDesk. I'm Alston Lawrence.
And I'm Yesenia Lazaro. Stay safe, St. Martin, and have a great day.
Remember, stay friendly, St. Martin.